Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Atlantic bluefin tuna and the decrease in biodiversity of this species. We're going to talk about how this and this and this all led to a massive decrease in the biodiversity of this specific species. So bluefin tuna, or Thymus thyanus, are part of the phylum Chordata. They are vertebrates. They are part of the class Telestia. They are part of the order Perciformis. They are part of the family Scombardia and part of the genus Thymus. So let's talk about the bluefin tuna. They are one of the largest and fastest bony fish in the entire ocean. They can live up to 30 years and weigh anywhere from 500 to 2,000 pounds at most. They are metallic blue on top and silver white on the bottom in order to camouflage with their oceanic environment. They are found throughout the North Atlantic Oceans and are normally found at depths from 500 to 1,000 meters. They have a curved dorsal and anal fins and have a crescent caudal fin. Compared to other tuna species, bluefin tuna are unique in the fact that they have a distinctive pointed head and small eyes. Bluefin tuna are oviparous, and the female bluefin can produce up to 10 million eggs per year. So you're asking, if they can produce so many eggs, why are they endangered? And that's because their eggs are cast off by the current, and only a few are able to survive and develop into full-grown adults. Their main predators are killer whales and sharks. So let's talk about the decline in bluefin tuna. So ocean-wide, population of bluefin tuna has reached about 4% of its estimated historic heights. That's an insane number. After World War II, there was a huge surge of globalization leading to a high demand of exportation of bluefin tuna, especially to Japan. Between 1957 and 2007, the western and eastern Atlantic bluefin tuna dropped 74 and 82% respectively. From 1990 to 2007, there was about 16,000 metric tons of bluefin tuna fished a year, and that is almost twice as much as the ICCAT imposed quotas of between 32,500 and 35,250 tons. Between 1970 and 1990, fishing for bluefin tuna rose about 2,000%, and the average price of these fish rose. Exported to Japan rose about 10,000%. And to show an example of how crazy this is, in 2013, an owner of a Japanese sushi restaurant bought a record $1,763,000 bluefin tuna at the Sigi Fish Market in Tokyo. This graph shows the decline of bluefin tuna biomass over the years. Also, another big factor in the decrease of biodiversity of the species is the black market. It is estimated that the black market industry of bluefin tuna lies at around $4 billion, and at its peak in 1998 and 2007, more than one in every three bluefin tuna was caught illegally. Officials, officials from the EU, have started to crack down on these black markets, but in North America and Turkey, for example, even less accountable fleets are ramping up their fishing operations of these specific fish. So let's talk about the ACCAT, or the International Commission for the Conservation of Atlantic Tunas, which are responsible for the management and conservation of these tuna and tuna-like species. The ICCAT is constantly listening to the scientists and their organization. For example, in 2008, when scientists recommended only 15,000 metric tons to maintain the current Eastern Atlantic bluefin tuna and 10,000 metric tons to work toward population recovery. The ICC instead made a quota of 28,500 metric tons, with an actual catch estimated at about 61,000 metric tons, or about one-third of the remaining stock of this species. Again, in 2009, the ICCAT scientists determined that 50% of the historic size of bluefin tuna are only still around, qualifying themselves for the Appendix 1 of the Conservation of International Trade in Endangered Species. But after 10 days of meeting, the ICCAT refused to end the fishing of the bluefin tuna. So what are we going to do? So this species needs legal protection, and it has been trying for over and over again. The Center for Biological Diversity has petitioned, and other organizations have petitioned the government to protect the bluefin tuna, but they still under consideration. Personally, you can boycott the sale and consumption of tuna. I know how delicious sushi is, and I know how good it is. But if we boycott them, we can decrease the value and decrease how much these fish are being fished. Or you can buy farmed fish. About 80 tons of bluefin tuna are farmed every year. Farmed bluefin tuna can reduce the pressure on the wild and decrease the attack on endangered wild species. We can also create a detailed and specific process to identify and record every bluefin tuna in order to decrease the black market. And this is my citations. Thank you very much.